Daily Bread. All right. This podcast is about everything money. If you're looking to build on your wealth, this is where you want to be. This podcast is for high income earners. If you're making 150,000 a year or greater, you're high degreed, you got certifications, you got professional degrees right here. We're going to talk to you. We're going to share with you how to build on your wealth. Once again, my name is Aaron Smith. This is Daily Bread Podcast. I'm always excited about sharing strategies that allow you to build on your wealth. I am new to this podcast. However, because I'm new, let me tell you a little bit about me and why I am the professional that you should be tuning into when it comes to your hard-earned money. I am out of Richmond, Virginia. My offices are just outside of Richmond, Virginia. I grew up in Virginia. My father was a truck driver. My mother was a domestic worker. We lived to pay. And when we didn't have pay to pay, we made it work. I was fortunate enough to go to college on a football scholarship. With that football scholarship, it allowed me to leave college with no debt. My major was sociology, my minor was economics, and I got a bachelor's or a MBA, I should say, master's from the University of Richmond. So I am always excited about sharing financial knowledge. I am married, have two children, have two grandchildren. I am a financial planner. I am an author, and I am excellent at helping clients build wealth. My firm, we manage over $250 million. It's assets under management and assets under advisement. We work with high income earners. We work with federal employees, professionals, educators. We love what we do. However, of the 32 years that I've been practicing or in my practice, I have seen what works and what doesn't work financially. I have been able to witness those who become financially successful and those who are financially challenged. This session, we're going to have a conversation about the six-figure lie. And we're going to talk about why most high-income earners stay broke. If you are a high-income earner and you are challenged where you are financially in your life right now, first of all, don't be embarrassed. You shouldn't be embarrassed about it. And the reason you shouldn't be embarrassed about it is because nobody told you how to manage your personal wealth. So don't be embarrassed. If you are a six-figure earner and you have built wealth, you're building it. I want to show you how to build even more. Building wealth, having money, gives you peace of mind, gives you comfortability, you have less worry, you maintain your independence, you have peace of mind once again. You're able to have a stronger relationship with your family, and you have a magnificent relationship with your God. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about on your daily podcast on the pitfalls that you as a high income earner is having and how to avoid those. So if you will, grab something to write with, something to write on as we share with you this evening. Let me give you some statistics as we go through the day. Living paycheck to paycheck. Let's talk about it for a second. High income earners who are making over 150,000 a year. These are high income earners. In this country, 48% of you live paycheck to paycheck. 48%. This is America. High income earner, 150,000 or more, living paycheck to paycheck. 36% of you earning over $200,000 per year live paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. Meaning if you miss a paycheck, you're financially devastated. And it doesn't matter how many degrees you have, you're challenged financially. We don't want that. We want you to win financially. 51% of high income earners, 51% high income earners, 150,000 or more, are reactive when it comes to their finances. You're not proactive. So we're going to talk about some strategies, some things that you want to do, some pitfalls that you want to avoid when it comes to being a high income earner. Okay. High income earner, news break, doesn't translate to success financially. Just because you make $300,000 household income does not translate to you being successful financially. That is a falsehood. However, being a $300,000 income earner and doing the proper strategies with your money can allow you to leave wealth not only to your children, but your grandchildren. And you will not jeopardize the things that you want to do in your lifespan while you live it. That's what I want to talk to you about. I have the experience. This is not a social media gig where I'm talking to you or trying to sell you things that may or may not work. No, I can tell you exactly what works when it comes to money. That's my expertise. I am very good at it. God has given me this talent, this skill set, and I want to share with you. And I want you to be successful with your wealth. Now, if you notice, the statistics that I gave you was Americans, not Black Americans. Not Black Americans. You can imagine what that number is with Black Americans. No more. No more. We are intelligent, successful, credible, educated people. Our net worth should match who we are. And there are reasons that it don't. And that's what this podcast is going to share with you week after week after week. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you strategies on what you want to do, what you need to do to position you financially to get there. All right? And if you follow my instructions, you will be financially successful. If you follow my instructions, you'll be financially successful. If you don't overthink it, if you don't overthink this and you follow the instructions, you will win financially. You're not going to get this information in 2 sessions. You're not going to get it in 10 sessions. It's got to be consistent. And I'm going to give you some practice, some things that you can do to make sure that you're better financially. So let's talk about why you as a high income earner living paycheck to paycheck. And many of you are high income earners, you're not living paycheck to paycheck. Congratulations. You're on your way to even greater wealth much quicker. So let's talk about some reasons high income earners are challenged financially paycheck to paycheck. Well, one is called lifestyle inflation. You know what inflation is, right? Inflation is the cost of living going up, right? I remember when I purchased my first home. I purchased my first home in 1986. When I purchased that home with 86, that home was valued at $80,000 when I bought it. Today, 2025, that same piece of property that I bought in 1986 is worth $380,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that's called inflation. That's inflation based on our economic system. right? As the Federal Reserve, as the economy performs, it just allows us to rise with the cost of living. And things are more expensive than they were in the past. Here's the problem with high income earners many times. While you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's because you have this lifestyle inflation, not natural inflation. It's your lifestyle, right? It's money scripts. It's those things that we've been taught. So as I earn more money, okay, I'm educated. I go to school. I go to school because I can make more money. So I have a nice job, nice career, nice business, and I'm making great money. What do? I buy the biggest home I can get. That's lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation. I buy the biggest car I can get, the most expensive car I can get. I take the most expensive vacations I can take, or I take multiple vacations a year. I'm spending as my income is rising. That is a danger. It will require or allow you to work every single year, every single decade. And when you're trying to now slow down, or you're forced to slow down, you don't have no wealth. And many times you can't even say where you spent the money. Lifestyle inflation, that's a pitfall. We have some strategies, some ideas that help you continue to live your lifestyle. Your lifestyle, that's important, but you don't have to have inflation with it. Second reason, this is a big one. And I say this is a big one because many professionals who I personally sit down with and I manage their wealth, many of you have student loans. Mhm. Aaron Smith is not against student loans, ideally, but there are multiple ways that you can go to college to position yourself so that you won't continue to have student loans. Now, many of you have had your families have gone on to college, higher education for uh, many generations. Maybe your parents have gone to school, or your grandparents, right? Your parents, and then you, and then your kids, and you have gone to school. And the more degrees that you earn, the more loans you take out. So you're borrowing money to get more educated. And because you're borrowing more money to get educated, your degrees are not allowing you to make the income that matches the amount of debt that you're creating. So you're saddled with this debt, and this debt is with you. In many cases, it's with you for many years, and sometimes decades. And the interest is piling up on this debt, and it's taking your cash flow. So you wonder, why can't I get ahead financially? Why am I living paycheck to paycheck? It's because of the student loans. See, here's the thing. Many of us go to school for many reasons. We get higher degrees for many reasons, right? Ideally, we want to get our degree so that we can be more qualified, more educated, brings more income. That's ideally why we go to school. Some of us just continue to go and get more degrees, right? I don't know. Maybe it makes you feel good. What, how people going to think about you, right? But here's the thing. You're broke. Yeah, you're broke. You're a high income earner and you're broke. Well, how do you mean, Aaron, I'm broke? Lose your job tomorrow. Who's going to save you financially? See, it's a balance. See, the thing about student loans, what I find is that once we get our certifications and our degrees, we have a tendency. Yes, yes, right. I'm telling you what I know because this is what I do. We have a tendency to put our head in the sand and we say, well, I'm not going to worry about those student loans no more. Mm-mm. See, student loans are always going to be with you. You can't bankrupt student loans. The law won't allow you to. Okay? Very important. This is how you fix it. This is how you fix it. There are multiple ways, but I'll give you one idea, and I'm going to give you a money idea. Hope you got something to write with. This is how you fix it. It's called good money strategy. If you are African American in this country, you should own two homes. You should own two homes. You should buy your first home. And remember, when you have student loan debt, it's challenging just to get your first home. You're already behind. The person who don't have student loans, they can go get their home, boom, right out of college. You have to wait years because you have the student loans. But once you obtain a home, you don't finance it for 30 years. Whoever said that you had to finance your home for 30 years? Who told you that? Who told you that lie? Right? Who told you as a six-figure income earner that lie that you have to have 30 years? Right? See, 30 years don't benefit you. 30 year benefits the bank and the amortization, the cost that it costs for you to borrow. Really what you're doing when you buy a mortgage, when you get a house, you're buying a house, you're buying a mortgage. And the mortgage is costing you a fee. And that fee is the interest that's accumulating on that mortgage every single month. So you take out a 30-year mortgage because it gives you a lower payment. You want to do a 10-year to 12-year mortgage. Never more than 12 years. Aaron, I can't afford that. Yes, you can. You just need financial advice. Now, say this. African Americans, two houses. Two houses. You should own two houses. Absolutely own two houses. You should own as much real estate as you possibly can. Congratulations to you if you have more than one house. If you have multiple homes, congratulations to you. But when you get that second home or that third home, you should have it paid off in 10 to 12 years. See, because if you have a home and you buy a second home and you have children, when it's time for them to go to college, you got a tenant who's paying you as the landlord, and that's paying for their college education. Meaning that you never have to take out any debt and student loans for their education because you have an asset, you have property. Because property goes up in value. Remember inflation? All right. Now, not only do you get the tax benefits with buying a second home, you get the ability to see the accumulation of the value of that home. So, once your kids finish college, they have no debt. But what you have is you have a higher asset that you can use to supplement your retirement. And oh, by the way, you paid it off in 10 to 12 years. Before they even go to college, there's no debt on it, meaning there's enough income coming in from your tenant to pay for the college education. There's 529 plans available to you. There are state financial plans that are available to you. All these plans for you are okay. They're okay. But none of them be using real estate as a strategy to pay for your children's college education. None. None. Right? But that's a pitfall. Student loans. Manage your student loans. If you have them, you want to rid them as quickly as possible. You want a debt snowball or debt avalanche those student loans immediately. Do not put your head in the sand and think they're going to go away because they're going to haunt you for the rest of your life. And your wealth is not going to be built. You're just going to be a high income earner. All right. Now, here's another thing that is challenging. Consumer. Consumer. Right? High income earners. Right? Many of you are high consumers. In the Black community, we spend $1.2 trillion a year on houses, cars, entertainment, clothing, etc., etc. We're overspending. We're consuming. We're not investing. So you're consuming is not going to allow you to live your best life. You're going to live paycheck to paycheck. That's a pitfall. You know what's so amazing about being a consumer as well, which is really interesting. Being a consumer allows investors to become rich. Let me explain. If you are an investor, and we're going to talk more about investing as our podcast go on and why you should be an investor and why your children should be investors as well. But let's talk about investments for just 1 second as it compares to 1.2 trillion as being a consumer. See, everywhere you spend money, whether it's your cell phone service, whether it's the insides of your cell phone, somebody made the insides, Motorola, right? Whenever you use the bathroom, Procter& and Gamble, right? They make toilet paper and they make tissue. How about the car you drive? Is it a Tesla? I don't know. Maybe it's a Ford. I want you to think about when you get up, you eat breakfast. Are you eating Kellogg's? Cornflakes? How about the car you drive with the tires you have? Is it Michelin tires? See, here's the thing. As you take your kids to Disney, see, as a consumer, you're consuming. You're having money, cash flow come out of your income. So you get that paycheck and it's just going out. It's going out. It's doing all these activities. It's paying all of these things. You're doing all of that. Meanwhile, investors are investing 10, 15, 20, 30% of their income. And they're investing it in those same products that you're consuming, those same companies that you're consuming. And because you're consuming those products, their stock is rising over time. The value is going higher and higher because you, high income earner, is consuming. So who's getting wealthy? Who's getting wealthy? The investors. Certainly there's a balance, right? You can do both, but you're living paycheck to paycheck because you're not even investing. You're consuming way too much. Way too much. That's a pitfall. What's another pitfall, Aaron? Poor financial planning. You know who you get your advice from? Who do you get your financial advice from? Your friends, your colleagues, your parents, your educators, TV, magazines. They're telling you what to do with your money. They're not even qualified. They have no idea how to manage their own money. Oh, how I know? How you know, Aaron? How you know, Aaron? Because there are only 4.2 million, which is not bad. 4.2 million black millionaires in this country. 4.2 million. Why aren't there 40 million black millionaires in this country? Because of the pitfalls. Because of where you get your knowledge. I want you to think about this for a second. If you were to break your hip, would you take advice from TV, social media, your friends, your parents, your spouse? Mm-mm. You'll go see a professional. See, many of you are not where you want to be financially. You have this pitfall of not hiring advice. You're not hiring advice. You should be hiring financial advice. Why, Aaron, should I hire financial advice? Because they're going to protect you. They're going to help you build wealth. They're going to protect you from fraud. They're regulated. SIPC, protection up to 500,000 for fraudulent activity. They're registered. They are working with institutions who are FDIC protected, 250,000. They are protected. You are protected under FINRA or SEC. Not only that, they share with you how to asset allocate your portfolios. They help you get out of debt faster. Now, I'm not saying that all financial planners or financial advisors are good at what they do. They're just like any other profession. But if you locate a really good advisor that you can trust, you're going to win financially. Because what that person is going to do is they're going to design a strategy and a game plan for you based on what you're trying to accomplish. And they're going to help you get there because they're going to work with you as a team to get there. Many of you right now, high income earners, won't seek financial advice. Many of you won't seek financial advice because A, you might be embarrassed. No need to be embarrassed. We're not here to make fun of you. We're here to help you get better. A lot of you won't hire a financial advisor because you think you can do it yourself. hmm hmm I'm smart enough to figure this out on my own. hmm I know. Remember, I got 32 years in my business. I understand how this works. I've seen it all. But what my job is on this podcast is to share with you strategies so that you can win financially. So you can win financially. You don't have to listen and take the advice that Aaron Smith is giving. But what I am telling you is what I give, you win. Because I know how to win financially. Let's talk about, if you will, what are some things that you can do to actually build wealth? I talked about a few pitfalls. There are a lot of more pitfalls. Obviously, don't have that much time in the podcast to talk about them. But let me give you a few things that you can do as I close up on this conversation in this session, is to talk about what are some of the things that you actually can do to build wealth. Number one, you got to be intentional. It's got to be intentional. You got to be intentional. It's got to be, you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you got to make it intentional. I'm going to be intentional in my planning, Aaron. Create a financial strategy for me, create a financial game plan, and I'm going to take that game plan and I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and I'm going to be intentional. Now, does that mean that you're not going to maybe not always do exactly how you on what you need to do financially? Yeah, that's okay. That's not a problem. Have you ever tried to lose weight? I know I have, right? Don't always go in a straight line, does it? Right? Sometimes you just want to cheat a little bit, right? That's natural. That's the same thing with financial planning, you all. It's no different. Sometimes you cheat a little bit. But here's the problem. If you have a strategy and you cheat and you stop and you don't do it no more, that's a problem. But if you fall off a little bit, you come back and get back on the strategy. That's how you win financially. You got to be intentional. You got to budget. Uh-huh. Yeah, you got to budget. Uh-huh. Yep. A lot of you high income earners, right? A lot of y'all high income earners, you got cash coming in, you got plenty of money coming in, you just spending. I'm good. I'm good. I feel good. I got cash coming in, I got pay coming here, I got cash coming from here, and I'm just spending. You don't have a budget. And or you won't follow the budget. You won't follow the instructions. A budget is nothing but an instruction document. It's telling you when you're getting way out of line. Also, what's important in that budget? You in your budget, you don't even have a line item for investing. And what you mean, Aaron? I'm talking about your 401k. I'm talking about your brokerage account. I'm talking about your IRA. How much are you saving? Are you taking 10% if you're under 25? Are you taking 15% investing if you're under 35? If you've never invested before and you're now 40 years old, you should be investing 30% of your income. 30% to get there. But you don't even have that as a line item in your budget. We want to fix that. That's how you build wealth. Avoid lifestyle creep. Avoid lifestyle creep. Well, I'm making great money. I just got a raise. I got a new job. I'm making good income. You know what? I deserve a new car. And I'm going to purchase this type of car. I'm going to purchase up on a car. No, no, no. Continue to live your lifestyle that you are living. Allow those extra dollars that you're making to work for you. See, don't go do more vacations or bigger vacations, bigger house or bigger car. That's lifestyle creep. You don't want a lifestyle creep. That's why you want to have a financial plan. Maximize your tax efficient investments. You got to be tax efficient in investments. That's tax free, that's tax deferred, that's taxable investments. You have to know the difference between those. See, one way of building wealth is not just about the assets growing in the stock market. It's not only building equity in your properties that you're going to purchase, it's also maximizing your tax efficiency. See, because Uncle Sam can limit you from building wealth. So you have to know when and how to use the structure around tax planning to help you build wealth. Well, I'm going to close out with this last one. Once again, I'm Aaron Smith. I'm a financial planning design coach. I call myself a design coach because I work with people and I customize designing for them. It's like being an architect. My job is to help you build wealth. God has given me a fantastic talent, gave me a tremendous skill, and I'm really good at it. I'm really, really good at it. My daughter and my son, they work in the business with me. My son is studying to become a financial planner. My daughter is a financial planner. Hopefully, we can do some of these together. They hear from my daughter and me. She's pretty good. But I hope that she is close to being as good as I have been able to develop over the years. Because our community need more people that look like me to help you in your financial planning needs. So here's my last tip. And I'm going to do a large series on this. And I'm going to show you how to win really financially in this country. See, this country is not about one income. My grandmother, Chip, told me, boy, never put all your eggs in one basket. Never put all your eggs in one basket. What's the basic strategy of investment planning? Basic. It's to not put your eggs in one basket. It's to diversify your investments. In this country, we are taught not to diversify our income. Many of you high income earners who are tuning in right now, you have one gig. You have one job. You have one income. All of your income comes from your job. If that doesn't work for you, then you're on to the next job. No diversification of your income. You should have multiple streams of income. Income from annuities, income from real estate, income from dividend paying stocks, income from your foundation of your existing job, income from your talents and your skills as a sideline business. See, when you have multiple streams of income and they're coordinated properly, it gives you something that you never ever believed that you could have. You got tremendous peace of mind. You are much healthier. You become much healthier because you're not stressing over money. You're able to live your lifestyle to its fullest because you got enough income that's coming into your household, multiple streams, that allows you to give more to who you wish to give to, allows you to provide for your children and or your grandchildren. It allows you to live your life on purpose. If I decide that I want to leave my full-time job, I can do that. See, because I got 3 to 4 different sources of income that's coming into my household. Oh, do you know what the beauty behind this is? Every single person under the tune of my voice, you can do this. The reason you can do it is because you're highly intelligent. You're highly educated, but you just haven't been taught these things. Hasn't been taught to you. You haven't been around people that show you how to create more streams of income. You've only been around people who said, I like what you have in your certification, your degrees. You're good at what you do. You got some work history. I want you to work for me to help me build my wealth and you make an income along the way. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to take the skills God give you, gifts that God gave you, and you have to create other ways to make streams of income. And I don't mean active income, working for it. I mean passive income, other sources. Look here, I am at the end of my hour. I'm Aaron Smith. I'm your financial design coach. This is your daily bread. Remember, this podcast is about money, everything money for high income earners. Talk to you soon.